Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grill Nation show with Jason Grill. Thanks for joining today on 980 a.m. if you're joining on the radio. If you're joining us on podcasts, we're on all over the podcast networks, Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. Or if you're watching us on my live stream, thank you so much. You can also connect with us on my social media page, grillnationshow.com. Today, I want to thank our collaborator for joining us today. This is going to be a really fun show. We're going to have on, I think, up to 6 people total, including me. So if you're watching us, we will have the Brady Bunch at some points of the show on the live stream. But I am joined today by, first off, in our first segment, by Andrew Bash from Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty, and Kristen Searle as well, real estate professional there. Andrew obviously is a real estate professional, has joined us in the past, and the owner and founder of the company. First off, welcome to the show. Your website is bashcosir.com, which I just put up on the live stream. How are you guys today?
Awesome.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
It's going to be a lot of fun today. We're going to talk. I've never had a show with a multitude of real estate agents before. So this will be a really fun show. I'm excited to kind of learn from each and every one of them and kind of hear more about what's going on with Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. First off, since we've had you on, Andrew, before, let's start with Kristen here. Kristen, tell us about yourself.
Well, I have been working with Andy for 3 years. I, in a former lifetime, worked in advertising. And in the agencies that I had worked in before, it was 15 years of some of the best advertising agencies in the world that I worked for. And there was a lot of focus on creativity and culture and community. And when I got my real estate license, it was something that I was looking for in the company that I landed at. So I met Andrew at that point.
Yeah, so you've been at the company. I'm gonna refer to the company as Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty, which is your current name. But you've been there now for over 4 years, so you've kind of seen some of the changes that have happened recently. Tell us about kind of some of the changes that you've seen and some of the pluses of the new growth and the partnership that you have now.
Absolutely. There's been tons of changes within, I would say, our industry because of the current climate of COVID, and then also within our own brokerage. When I met Andrew, he was putting a lot of emphasis on not only doing transactions in real estate, but also giving back to the community, providing the best experience for our clients that's possible, and setting the bar really high for the real estate industry. And those are all things that spoke to me. And I wanted to be a part of it. And he was really in the beginning stages of becoming a business owner at that point. I would say the biggest change has been through his leadership role of embracing the business owner side of it as opposed to the agent side of it, and allowing our culture to really, really nurture through individuals that we've collected along the way. So we started at 6 agents. We dropped down to like 3 agents, and now, we're in the 20s, and everyone that we have added on has been instrumental in growing our culture and kind of, creating this foundation of something really incredible for our industry.
But Andrew, that's pretty well said. And I mean, you probably know a lot about culture, Kristen, as well, because you mentioned you were at some big digital marketing agencies who I think kind of were into that way before anyone else was, as far as having a good company culture. Let's talk more about that. Let's talk about that company culture and how it's changed. Andrew, you want to start there, and kind of now that you've grown over 20 agents, that could change your company culture pretty fast.
Well, so we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary of Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. We just hired our 30th partner. We don't have staff. We don't have agents. We have partners. We all think of ourselves as business owners, not real estate agents. And I just want to say real quickly about Kristen, of all the people that I've ever hired in the moment that we agreed to work together, I was the most leery of Kristen, and this is a compliment. I knew that Kristen,
Andrew.
Huh?
That was a good way to start your compliment.
Well, you'll understand when I tell you. Kristen came from a background of an established corporation. She was already accomplished. She knew what things were supposed to look like. And basically, to sum it up, I knew that she would hold me accountable. I knew that she had seen culture done properly, and she wasn't a wallflower. She was going to ask tough questions. She was going to hold my feet to the fire, and she's done that over the last 4 years, and I'm incredibly grateful for her. And the company wouldn't be what it is without her as a part of it. Thank you.
It's all of us, for sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
What have you learned throughout this journey, Kristen, in the last 4 years with Andrew and with your fellow professionals that you really could like to share with the audience here?
I think that the most important thing is to surround yourself with people. I think that we have, by adding so many agents into our mix, but being really careful on the curation of who we've added, everyone that is in our group is smart, compassionate, collaborative, and, at the top of their game. And it's like a magnet at this point. We just keep attracting more people, more like-minded people, but also, individuals with different backgrounds and perspectives. And it allows us to nurture the learning and the growth of our culture. We have trust is huge within our culture, and everyone participates. And I think that, it's something to be a part of. That it feels really special right now.
Wow. Well said. We have about a minute and a half left, and I'm just curious from Kristen's point of view. You left a different world, right? What has that change been like as far as in your own career and your own journey of kind of the lessons as far as changing from a marketing agency, which kind of you did for quite a while, many years, to going into real estate? Because I always hear people, they're like, "Oh, real estate looks cool. Look at all the houses, and you see, and it's glamorous and whatnot."
I feel like sometimes, as people hear real estate agents and they just start walking the other direction. But it's it's like, oh, it'll be fun, it'll be great, you can make your own schedule. Well, no, you're a business owner, so you have to create business, and that takes a lot of hard work. I think that real estate is a little bit of an oxymoron when it comes to being cutthroat competition with 12,000 agents in Kansas City, and then co-oping with those same agents and trying to have this amazing relationship and experience for everyone. It can feel singular, but in our company, it feels collaborative, and that's the biggest difference. And part of being a part of Sotheby's International Realty has allowed us to expand our reach to a global market and scale, which is incredible. And I mean, we all know, we live in Kansas City. We know how special Kansas City is, but it gives us this platform to display, the amazing progressiveness of the city.
Well said. Kristen Searle, you are a great guest. We're going to have you back on in our last segment today.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be right back with more of the Grill Nation show. BashCosir.com is the website. Thanks for joining us today on the Grill Nation show with Jason Grill. We'll be right back. Okay, so now we're saving this segment for radio, and we're still on here, Kristen. And
okay.
If you want to add anything, you can to your great answers.
Yeah, I think the culture of what we are a part of right now is very different than a lot of the other brokerages in Kansas City. It truly comes from an inherent desire to grow ourselves, to be better people, and to help that grow throughout our community.
Mm-hmm.
The kindness spreads.
I'm definitely noticing it. As somebody who's known Andrew now for it's 2015. It's just amazing.
It is. I agree. I feel it.
Maybe a little longer than that. Well, Kristen, thank you so much. We'll see you here in a second.
Okay.
Back on the live. Okay.
Thanks, Kristen.
You're welcome.
Don't move any. Don't leave us.
Just kicked her out.
I kicked her out, but she's still in the holding the green room, as we like to say.
The hair is
okay. So now we have on. Let me set our clock.
Kylie.
This is
Kylie Fishwick.
This can be 11 minutes and 40 seconds. So we're gonna have a little more time on this segment. Okay.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. We are also already. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome back to the Grill Nation Show with Jason Grill. I'm your host. Thank you for joining us again today. If you're listening on the radio or if you're joining me today on live stream, we greatly appreciate it. Or if you are on our website, grillnationshow.com, thank you so much. Also, we're on YouTube and all over the internet. You can watch us. You can listen to us. We really appreciate everyone's working with us this last year, as well as on the live stream, and just putting out more and more good shows, hopefully showcasing guests and leaders in our community and throughout the region. And today we have on one of those collaborators and just an awesome company. They join me quarterly, but we are joined today by Andrew Bash and the real estate professionals from Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. Their website is bashcosir.com. Check it out. Their website's fabulous. I was on it earlier today. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show, Andrew, and welcome to the show. One of the newest, members of your team over at Bash & Co., Kylie Fishwick. How are you?
Hi, thanks. I'm great.
So tell us about yourself. Now, you are a recently joined this team, correct?
That is correct. I'm about 4 to 5 weeks in with the Bash & Co. Sotheby's group.
Now, are you first off, why did you join the family over there, and how did you guys, what's your background, and did you come from the real estate world?
Sure. So my background, I'm a little bit like Kristen. I worked in advertising, but I actually managed sales teams over the past 15 years. I managed sales teams for Bloomberg Business Week, and I also managed sales teams at LinkedIn. So I decided I wanted to keep my sales hat on, and I've been selling real estate here in Kansas City for about 5 years now. And Andy and I met about a year ago. We did one of my favorite deals together, and I just knew I needed to do more work with Andy after that. And I was thrilled that he represented Sotheby's here in town, because I have just always been such a fan of that brand. So it just made a ton of sense to come over and join Andy in this great brand.
Real quickly, if I can interject about Kylie, when we did our deal together, I had not met her. I didn't know who she was. And she decimated me with information and knowledge at every turn. It was the most enjoyable, painful experience of working with another agent, because she always knew her stuff. She presented it in a very concise but direct manner. She fought super hard for her clients at every turn. And for your listeners, although that sounds like normal, like you'd expect that out of everybody, it's not. Most of the agents out there have a desire to get the money, and the client is second. And Kylie's ability to balance getting the contract or getting the negotiation done in a way that honors her client, but also honors the outcome that all parties are looking for, is really like incredible and very attractive. And that's why I'm happy that she and Amy Greif are part of our organization. So thank you.
Kylie, how long have you been with Andrew and the team?
So I think this is my 5th week on board. Although, like you mentioned, the team has been growing, and I am not the newest.
Right. It's crazy. I get an alert on my Instagram page, or I see something in the newspaper or business journal or the website. It seems like weekly now.
Yep, almost.
There's a lot of homes for sale in Kansas City and throughout this region. So you mentioned you worked at some major companies, LinkedIn, and you talked about Bloomberg and whatnot. Mm-hmm. What was that experience like? Because that's fascinating. Did you do that out of Kansas City, or were you living in New York or Chicago? Where were you?
I graduated from KU in 2001 and headed straight up to Chicago. I started working at Starcom, which is a globally recognized media company, and very quickly moved over to Bloomberg Business Week and was there for about 5 or 6 years, and then did about another 8 years at LinkedIn. I will say, being a young sales manager was amazing. It taught me how to work with all different kinds of people, different ages. Really developing LinkedIn was probably the most significant work I did in corporate America. When I joined, I was actually the first female sales director they had ever hired at the company. So I was a bit of a dinosaur when I left that company. But the things that we did at LinkedIn in terms of developing company culture, values, really defining our vision and our mission reminded me a lot of the work that Andy's doing here at Sotheby's. And I was very excited to be a part of helping him do that here.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We mentioned that a little bit in our last segment. But what is, so you mentioned there's similarities between the company culture. What are some of the differences potentially that you've seen from, some of the other places you've worked in real estate?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, real estate is not unlike other sales industries. There's a lot of ego involved, and it can create kind of a pecking order around the office. That is absolutely not the case here. I've really, in the 5 weeks I've been here, it's been unbelievable the amount of honesty and transparency that is happening in the office place. I mean, I can give you examples, but it just takes my breath away
Please do. We love real world stories. I didn't get into your deal that you worked on together, so let's start here with this one. Give us some examples.
Well, oh boy, the deal that we worked on.
No, you can skip through that. What about the company culture examples?
The company culture. I mean, just last week, for example, we were talking about time management and how we can all do a much better job at time management. As we are business owners, there's a cost to where we decide to spend our energy. And so he had us do a great exercise where he asked people to take what they earned in 2020. And then we went through an exercise where we divided it by the number of weeks we probably worked that year, and then down to the hour. And then we came up with an hourly rate. And I mean to tell you, I have never sat in a sales meeting where anybody voluntarily offered up publicly the amount of money they earned last year. But it was amazing. We had several agents raise their hand to volunteer to do the exercise out loud with Andy so that everybody could benefit. And I mean, it was just incredible. We also, on a weekly basis, Andy asks people, what's a difficult situation that you're dealing with? And I mean, on a number of occasions, I've offered up, I'm trying to break through a deal in my neighborhood. And we actually role play, which is amazing how much Andy likes to role play. But he's really good at it. And it truly helps you solve real world problems, how to break through problems that you're really facing in your business that week. And I've been a part of real estate companies for 5 years, and our typical meetings are focused on, what's the new whiz bang thing on the website, or what's the new CRM thing that you need to know this week. But it's never been so tangible, so real, and helping me solve a problem and really bring a better benefit to my business and my clients. So it's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for one of these meetings.
I mean, his role play is
to walk the offices.
He really gets into the role play. And I mean, it's really, I know this is not a brag on Andy Bash show, but he has a really amazing understanding of people and how they operate and how they liked to be dealt with. And there's just a lot to learn there. And it's another reason I'm really glad I'm over here.
That's great. Andy, you are getting a lot of praise today. This is great.
Well, I'm going to tell you about the praise real quickly, just to be super clear. The reason that I'm able to do what I'm able to do is because of all of us. We really have created a culture that allows you to be vulnerable, allows you to not act like you have all the answers, allows for feedback. We decided as a group that culture was going to be number one and everything else was going to follow. And we're not doing the deal where we created this culture and then we put the sign up on the wall and everybody talks about, oh, there's the sign with the culture. It's not on the wall. The idea is all of us embody it, because it then allows us to create different experiences for not only our clients, but our family, our friends, and for each other. And, having someone like Kylie that comes from that background, I mean, I didn't know anything about Kylie other than I loved the way she did her business. But then when we started talking about joining forces and knowing her background and being involved in companies like that where culture is king, has been great because she's not afraid to give me feedback. And I think that's the other thing that is so special. And it's so nice of them to say these things about me. But really, it's not about me. It's about us. Like, I'm able to be a better version of myself because they hold me accountable and I hold them accountable. And we do it as a group. It's very collaborative. It's a flat hierarchy approach. And that is not how most organizations work. It is certainly not how real estate brokerages work.
Yeah, talk about that. We got a minute and a half left. Time is flying today, but you keep mentioning everyone's a business owner. Everyone has their own, deal or whatever you want to say, however you frame it. But it does seem kind of more collaborative and unique from what I'm expecting to hear from other people and whatever they do in their day to day. It's a total different frame of mind. I feel like and setup. You're walking into a room and everyone's sharing kind of what they sold or what they bought. I mean, that role play thing, that is cool.
It's significant. I think Andy talks about this all the time. It's the mindset that we bring into the office. And he talks about this a lot. A lot of agents, and this is not just, again, unique to real estate, but a lot of people in sales have this scarcity mindset where, oh, she sold more houses than me over the weekend. Or, oh, if she got that deal, that means it's a deal I'm not going to get. And that's not how we approach things. We are very much of a mindset of abundance, that there's a lot of goodness out there for all of us to have, and we can help each other get there. And it's, again, it's a totally different culture that happens here that I have not seen in any other brokerage, and even other sales disciplines outside of real estate. It's amazing how much people are here to help each other to grow their businesses as well as their own. I mean, it's one good thing gets another.
I love it. Kylie Fishwick, thank you for coming on in the second segment of today's show with Andrew. We're going to have you back here on our final segment of the show today. I'm very excited to be connected to you now as well. And Andrew, of course, thanks for joining us again on this segment. We will be right back with more of Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. Their website is bashcosir.com. You're listening to the Grill Nation Show with Jason Grill. Thank you, Kylie.
Oh, thanks so much.
See you soon, okay?
Thank you, Kylie. Thank you so much. Amazing.
Okay, let's test out Sarah and Catherine here.
Okay, is it still happening?
Nope.
We're good?
Yeah.
You guys are working
about 10 times.
We're using up all your Wi-Fi at your office right now.
Seriously? Does that happen?
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Do we need to upgrade it?
You need to.
Should we call Google?
He's ready for segment 3. Are you both ready to go here, Catherine and Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay. This is awesome. Okay. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome back to the Grill Nation Show with Jason Grill. Thanks for joining us today. I am your host, Jason Grill. You connect with me on social media on Twitter at Jason Grill and at Grill Nation Show. So I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram at Jason Grill. Essentially, also you can go to our YouTube page and watch any of our shows. You can listen to all of our shows on podcast all over the internet. You can find us. Just search for Grill Nation Show with Jason Grill. I want to thank Andrew Bash and Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. Their website is bashcosir.com. Andrew has been a very philanthropic community engagement. Just makes me feel good inside whenever we have him on the show, and he's been on the show many times. But today, I'm very excited to have Andrew and a lot of the real estate professionals and team from Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty joining us. They're true thought leaders, and there's so many things I could say that are positive about them because they're everywhere, which is where you want to be in real estate, I believe. So Welcome to the show, back to the show, Andrew. And I also want to welcome in two new guests that we haven't had on yet today. Joining us now are Catherine Lee and Sarah Hartnett. Is that correct, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got everyone's technical issues figured out. First off, welcome back to the show, Andrew, and Catherine and Sarah, welcome as well. Let's start with Catherine and Sarah. Catherine, why don't you start us off and tell us a little bit about your background and how long you've been working with Andrew?
So I joined Andy about a year and 4 months ago. I was with another company for about 7 years before coming over to Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. And, I was looking for a change and I wanted someone who was going to push me and motivate me. And, I sat down with him at the beginning of COVID and the conversation blew my mind. And I knew this is where I needed to go to help improve my business and my clients' experience.
That's awesome. What about you, Sarah?
Yeah, I've been with Bash & Co. for about a year and a half. And before that, I'd been with the same company for 8.5 years. I'm coming up on my 10th year, and I work with my mom and sister. We have a team here of 6, and we are
The Wendy Foyle
very
team.
happy. The Wendy Foyle team.
The Wendy Foyle team.
Amazing. You both have been in this industry for quite a while. Then you're not coming out of like working at a marketing firm or working for a big social media company. You guys have been in real estate now for quite a while.
Right.
That's awesome.
Can I just throw one real quick fast story at Sarah, because it's like the most important story of the company?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not the most important, but one of them. So Sarah and her mom and sister and their group were ready to come over after spring break of 2020. And COVID hit and everything was shut down. And I went into like scarcity mindset. The end of the world is near. And my only mantra was, well, I guess bankruptcy will look pretty much easier than normal because everybody's going to be bankrupt now. And I called Sarah because spring break was over. They were supposed to come over. And I literally started the conversation with, well, I guess you won't be coming over anymore. And she's like, no way. We can't wait. We're excited to get going. And I was like, oh my God, like they're coming. They're actually going to still come over. And they were the first group that we recruited from another company. And all of them are some of the most like happy, joyful, like in it to win it spirit people I've ever seen. And really they as a group set the tone for who the company continued to unfold and become as a result of having a group like the Wendy Foyle team with Sarah and her mom and and Hannah and everyone else on the team. Sorry, I'm not mentioning everybody.
You got it. I mean, it's exciting stuff and a new wrinkle to the story that I did not know about. Catherine and Sarah, please talk about kind of how your business has grown since you've and kind of excelled and propelled your career in real estate since you kind of joined Andrew and Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. Let's start with Catherine.
So when I switched over, I doubled my business in the first 6 months. I had done in 2019 24 transactions for $7.5 million. And last year I did 42 transactions for $15 million in business. And all but 6 of those 42 were once I switched over in May of 2020.
Wow. Those are big numbers. Wow. Some nice houses you've been working on. What about you, Sarah?
Yeah, I'll speak kind of for our team. Just in general, we have had a huge change and growth. I mean, last year we wrapped up the year with 100 transactions for our whole team. We're already at 155 right now. So we're on the trajectory of doubling our team's business. We did 42 million in volume last year, and we're already at 55 million this year. So we, once again, even in volume, are on the track to double our business. And there's just been a lot of like opportunities to tap into markets we've never tapped into before. And I think that's a result of just the people we have surrounding us in this office that just propels us to keep going forward, keep reaching higher. And it's been awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of support and collaboration, and people root for each other's success at the company.
Definitely.
Where does this kind of take your careers and your futures, do you believe? With all, I mean, these numbers are just astronomical. I mean, what do you think? What happens next? I mean, obviously, we'd love to see you guys continue to grow, but what do you envision kind of coming next for each of you?
Sarah, do you want to go?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just feel like I have so much hope for what's ahead and excitement for the future. I feel like there's things we haven't even explored and we're like just getting started. So I think we are going to grow our company and continue to surround ourselves with like-minded people and take over Kansas City.
Bash
No, but
for
yeah,
Sotheby's International Realty, bashcosir.com. Catherine, do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, every day is a learning opportunity, and it's an opportunity to spread what we're doing, draw in new agents, new clients. I mean, we're all here to serve, and we all want to make a really great impression on every person we interact with. And I think it's amazing that we are all like-minded in that we're wanting to develop this amazing company. And it's exciting to see where things are going to go with it.
I want to ask you a quick question about kind of, since you guys are established professionals and who have been very high performing. I mean, you just explained to us all the millions of dollars in sales. It's amazing. What is some of your, recent and most memorable client success stories, or maybe another way to look at it is favorite projects or homes that you've worked at that have really kind of helped out the people, whether they're buyers or sellers? Can you point to one or two recent ones?
Not specific clients, but just honestly the gratitude that comes from the clients when they have a really good experience. I love getting to make sure that their experience is top notch, where they don't even question who they're going to use or who they're going to refer their friend or family to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one specific thing that like recently happened, and I got to work with Catherine on the other side, was a buyer that had been working for months with their agent called me and said, I just had to call you because, we'd been working with our agent and things were just not going as planned. And so already off the bat, like, you answered your phone and that's all we really are looking for. It's just like, not. And so anyway, I got to like kind of take the reins and take them under my wing, and I felt like I got to give them what they deserved in terms of just being an ear and helping them navigate the market, because it's so hard as a buyer. And in our sales meeting, I had said, hey, look, we've got someone that needs a house. Catherine spoke up and was like, I've got a perfect fit. She made it happen, and it was like the best transaction. It just turned out great. And so that is just another reflection of just us collaborating and wanting it to be a win-win for everybody.
Well, and on that note, teamwork makes the dream work, Sarah. Like, that's good both ways.
Andrew, what do you want to say about these two awesome, high-performing real estate professionals, Sarah Harnett and Catherine Lee?
Oh my gosh. I was just sitting here watching and listening to both of them, as well as Kylie and Kristen. And the thought I had was like, I'm kind of, my heart is so full that everything that they're saying, I feel like is not just like a line. Like, we all really like are having this experience. And I was so ego driven for so long, and recognizing that every one of us has something to add, and having a culture where you're encouraged to share your perspective immediately. There is no like waiting period of like, oh, I've only been here a couple months, I don't want to tell them what I think I should do. And both Catherine and Sarah and everyone, like every single person in our company, from someone who is a transaction coordinator to someone who's a top agent, there is no differentiation of like, you're a bigger deal than somebody else. And the culture continues to evolve based on what we as a group come up with. which is really crazily exciting to be a part of, in particular when everybody's on board and engaged in it. And it's almost surreal.
It seems very surreal. I mean, because I remember when you had a handful of people and you were changing the colors of your signs, and we had just started meeting, and you always kind of had this vision of what things could become, and you always wanted to kind of differentiate yourself and your culture, and it just seemed like you never wanted to be that guy with your picture on a billboard to me. So you say you were ego driven, but I never saw your picture anywhere. I always saw your colorful signs and your RV and all that other Airstream and all that stuff. You're trying to be creative, but it is pretty cool to see it all kind of come to fruition now with what you guys are doing now.
That's a great thing for you to say, and I just had this thought. The pink signs were amazing. They were super hard to give up. The person who was running the show of the guy that owned the pink sign company was not the same person that's a part of this tribe. And the transformation that's taken place after taking on the brand and the different life lessons, both like sometimes painful, sometimes joyful, are a direct result of the people that you surround yourself with. Mm-hmm. And I attracted previously who I was, and most of those folks are no longer with us, which is not a bad thing. They had other places to go, and they weren't necessarily a cultural fit, which doesn't make them wrong or bad. But what we have now is a completely different culture and company that's super purposeful and based on the idea that someone shared earlier, that if you work on who you're being every day and trying to be a better version of yourself, and that's where your focus is, you don't have to worry about what your goals are. You don't worry about how many houses you're going to sell. You can worry about how many people you can help and how you can make a difference in people's lives, because we've come up with a purpose, mission, vision, and values that all of us attempt to adhere to and embody.
And Andrew, I want to pick up there when we come back from the break. You're listening to the Grill Nation Show with Jason Grill. Fabulous dialogue here with the individuals from Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. Okay. You can keep talking, Andrew. Keep talking.
Me?
Yeah. We're still on the live stream.
We are?
I had to cut you off for radio. We might have to cut out some of my ums on that last segment.
Oh, that's fine. We loved your ums. I had some ums.
I do want to come over there at some point, because now I'm thinking to myself, when I sell my house, who the heck am I going to work with? Because it's like, it's like, anyways, I'm bringing everyone back in.
Yeah. We'll just do it together as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah,
which is really
5 agents for the price of one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so man, we're flying today.
Are we okay?
Yeah, we're fine. We already have saved the last segment. We'll start with segment 3. We'll fly through this one. Or 4, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a rapid fire segment, Andrew. So
what? Sorry.
Why don't we start? We'll start where we stopped, and then we're going to just do some more rapid fire. So I'm not going to direct the questions to anyone on this segment because there's so many of you. So just, chime up with an answer, and then other people can follow.
Okay.
Cool. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Grill Nation Show. I appreciate you joining us if you're listening on the radio, podcast, on grillnationshow.com, or on my social media, on a live stream, or on a YouTube. We are excited to have back on the folks from Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. Their website is bashcosir.com. We have all of our guests that we've had on today's show in the live chat and on the radio right now. So you've heard from them all. Andrew, Sarah, Kristen, Kylie, and Catherine. Welcome back to the show. First off, Andrew, real quickly, continue what you were saying on our last segment about kind of the transformation, if you would.
Well, this is one thing that blew my mind when I went to, I told Sotheby's International Realty, and I had been in conversations for over 2 years, and I had finally had said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to keep my pink signs and this brand that I created along with the help of some others. And the sales guy said, well, you got to go to Vancouver to the global networking event, and then we'll decide. And when I got there, I was like, oh, this is going to be the biggest group of egomaniac jerks, because I don't really like real estate agents, quite honestly. I never have. I used to coach real estate agents for a company. I'd go to their conferences, and real estate agents in general are not people that you want to spend time with. I'm just being very honest. And everybody's laughing because they know it's true, except for people that work here. We call it #dinners served.
I actually like spending time with you guys. This is like the best part of my day, this hour, to be quite honest.
So anyway, I'll go fast because I'm talking too much, which happens all the time. Bottom line is, I got there. I couldn't believe all of the amazing humans that I met from all over the world. And I recognized very quickly that this brand is a transformational brand. It's transformational for the clients we work with, because they have an opportunity to have access to platforms and marketing that doesn't exist with any other company in the world, let alone Kansas City. They also have the ability to like step into their worth as individuals and feel good about who they are and what they do. And so they start operating differently without a ego drive. It's more of a service-oriented drive, which is amazing. And lastly, they collaborate. Every affiliate, I could pick up the phone today and call any owner in the world from this brand, and they would help me. And we as a group decided, well, why don't we just do that within the company? And it's not always pretty. It's super messy sometimes, but we have this whole idea of authentic transparency. We have the 4 agreements, which is a book that we all like. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take things personally. Help me, guys.
Don't make assumptions. Always do your best.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's where we started in creating this. So I'll shut up. Sorry, guys.
Can I piggyback onto a little bit about the brand, though? I mean, Sotheby's is one of the most iconic brands when it comes to the auction house, and the affiliation with real estate is amazing because it allows for so much global reach and connectivity. And it's become like a seamless representation of one of the most luxurious brands in the world. And we love to embrace that, because I think as Midwesterners, we don't feel like we are a part of that luxury East Coast, West Coast, all of these exotic locations, but we brought it here. And what we strive to give our clients is luxury at every single price point, no matter what. You're selling a $100,000 condo, you're selling a $5 million house. Everyone's going to get the exact same experience here.
I'm glad that you said that, because I see your guys' signs in front of that $100,000 house or whatever, $300,000 house, and then in front of a castle in Weatherby Lake. So, I mean,
yeah.
Okay. So, what is one word to describe your real estate philosophy or personal persona? Who wants to handle that one?
Gratitude.
Give me one word.
Gratitude. Always being thankful for the experience, the people that we interact with, the client, and just so much gratitude.
Limitless.
What was that?
Limitless, abundant. I mean, it's endless, honestly.
Yeah.
What is the best advice you've received in this profession or throughout your career that's helped you to be successful? How about you, Sarah? Sarah or Kristen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I say this one all the time, but it's because this is such a relational business that one of my things is from another agent that I looked up to. He always said, if you think of them once, act on it. If you think of them twice, it's too late. So when people come to your mind, reach out, think about them, just act on it. So that's my thing that I always think about.
I like that. What's your favorite part of a house? Because you guys are in houses all the time. I'm curious what real estate professionals, what is their favorite part of a house? Like what makes you excited? Because you've seen everything.
I mean, I get excited about looking at pantries because I'm always looking to optimize mine. But I love looking in people's closets. I feel like it tells me so much about who they are.
Wow. I like
That's
that.
good. I like that.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys do what you do, because you're constantly seeing all these, I mean, for the most part, houses that you're selling or that look really nice because they're selling them. So you see kind of pieces of it. I'd be like, man, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want that couch. I want that, flower or whatever they have in their front yard. It's got to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are some good ways, just as actual, like hard information here for people to market their homes, or best new ways essentially for a seller or somebody to put their house out?
You mean besides hiring a Bash & Co. Sotheby's International
you got to give a
Realty
little
agent?
bit of
Okay.
the thought leadership secret.
Go ahead, you guys. Sorry, I thought that's what that was the answer.
That's number one.
Yeah. What are some other little tidbits you could share?
I mean, we like to do a lot of like sneak peek preview stuff because things are going so fast. I think it's kind of nice to put it out there before so people can start processing these really quick decisions. And so if you're pre-marketing, then people have maybe been thinking about it for a couple of weeks and they're ready to just like make a decision that's a big decision.
Yeah, we also like to go around the neighborhood and just introduce ourselves and let the neighbors know the house is coming on soon. So if they have friends or family that would like to get into the neighborhood, that's always been a really great opportunity to find some people and get them interested.
Wow.
Open
I
houses.
didn't know that. That's cool. I guess I haven't had any houses for sale by you guys or buyers lately. I need to, because I would love to get a knock on the door.
We're all going to come over tonight, Jason. So about 6:30.
So,
I want to throw one out on that just because it's important for the brand. So there's no other company in Kansas City that if you are driving in Aspen or Naples, Florida, or I don't know, the Hamptons, wherever you go to Hawaii, where you will see the same iconic sign in homes that are 10, 20, $30 million homes. And, the thought process initially was, oh, that will never translate. Well, guess what? It does. And so if you have a $350,000 house and you have a sign that people have recognized being in front of other properties that are higher priced, there is a subconscious effect that takes place that causes people to look at your home differently than any other sign that you could put in your yard. It's just fact. And nobody else has that. So if you want to have a immediate edge on a subconscious level, put a sign in front of a home with an agent that can back up the experience that will immediately engage, like, oh, I remember seeing this sign in front of this. And then they go, oh, well, this must be a special house because the last time I saw this sign was at X. Mm-hmm. It's crazy the impact it has for our clients.
That's great. And that's a great way to end the show, Andrew. Put a bow on it with that. BashCOSIR.com is the website. BashCOSIR.com. Andrew Bash. And I want to thank Andrew Bash, Sarah Harnett, Kristen Searle, Kylie Fishwick, and Catherine Lee for joining me on the show today. You guys all did a great job. I'd love to have you all back. We could talk for hours about this stuff.
Thank you so much for having us.
You guys, thank you so much for being here. Real quickly, Jason, one last thing.
Okay.
If we could have, we would have had all 30 of us on this.
Well, why don't we try that sometime? We'll see if we can make it happen.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see how little these boxes will get.
But in the meantime, go to the website and look at the profiles of some of these amazing humans, because not only are they incredible business owners that have the ability to deliver an incredible experience for our clients, but they're good humans. And that is what's missing in a number of industries right now. To have someone that has your back that actually is coming from a service-oriented, purpose-driven perspective is just not common right now. And you will find that with anyone you choose to work with from our company.
Well said. Thank you all for listening today or watching. We'll see you again next week. Take care and have a great day. Thanks to Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. Okay. We are still live. We're going to tape our sneak peek segment, and we're going to get a photo, and then we'll be done.
Catherine, you need to get a little out of the sun.
Catherine, you're good right now where you are.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Up. There you go.
Catherine was fine before.
The glare was starting to bother me a little bit.
She kind of had like a
Turn
sunspot
your
on her face.
turn your phone the other way real quick, Catherine.
This way?
No, again, like
horizontal.
yeah, horizontal.
Oh, this way?
Yep. Okay, so here's our sneak peek. Here is our sneak peek. It's going to be 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and this will be the question. And whoever wants to chime in can. It's essentially, kind of why you're there, and how has it helped you excel. So if everyone could just say, 20 seconds, or pick out a little tidbit about working at Bash & Co. and excelling in the real estate profession, essentially what you said the entire show, that would be wonderful. I'd love to get everyone with a quick soundbite here or comment here on our sneak peek, if that works for everyone.
Sure.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. It's Jason Grill, host of the Grill Nation Show. Thank you for joining us for this one question sneak peek segment. I'm joined by a bunch of great real estate professionals from Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. Their website is bashcosir.com. One quick question for the group. Why is Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty a great place to work and excel in the real estate profession? Let's whoever wants to start, I'd love to hear from you.
I guess I can take this. I would say working at Sotheby's International Realty allows me to bring not just the power of the Sotheby's brand to my business, but also the collaboration of all of the agents in the office power everything that I'm able to bring to my business.
Great answer. And I'm gonna just keep on riling them off, guys, because we got a lot of you today.
Okay.
I agree.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Go ahead, Kristen. Okay. I was just going to say, yes, surrounding myself with like-minded people and people who build me up and make me want to be a better agent and human all around. The people here are amazing.
If you are looking to truly grow as an individual and as a business owner and as an agent that wants to provide the best client service possible, that this is the place to be. It takes open-mindedness and a willing to go outside of your comfort zone and dedication of time for the growth of it. But it's an incredible journey to be a part of, both professionally and personally.
And then Catherine?
The experience and the knowledge of everyone in the office. I mean, you've got years and years worth of industry experience, client experience. There's so much to learn constantly from everyone in there.
It's going to be a great show this week. We're going to talk to each of these real estate professionals. We're going to dive deeper into Bash & Co. Sotheby's International Realty. Andrew is going to talk about a lot of great topics as well here on the Grill Nation Show. Andrew and team, thank you for joining me for this one question sneak peek. Please listen, watch, view this show. It's going to be a really good one. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
Yeah.